the record. That way this is recorded and we can share it out after the fact. So good afternoon. Welcome to the 21-22 school year. My name is Kelly Foley. I'm a career specialist here with Brandy. If you work in OJT, you've worked closely with myself and Brandy in the past. If you're another CTE teacher, welcome. We are here to do kind of an overview and a training on Transeo, which is our work-based learning management platform. This has been in the works for a couple of years now. We had a little bit of a hiccup last year with one of our vendors, but this year we are ready to go. We have actually been helping them with the development. So I can already tell you that from the training Brandy and I received over the summer, within the last month, they've already made some updates, which I think is super helpful. And it's just getting more and more user-friendly. It's really easy. I think that you guys are going to really enjoy this platform. For this year, as far as OJT and making it our official form of collecting paperwork, this year is just a trial run, at least for the first semester. So we are still asking that you keep all of your paper copies. We do have a meeting tomorrow morning, and any of you are welcome to join. If you want to get on that meeting, feel free to shoot me an email and I'll send you the Zoom. We are meeting with our Transeo trainer and a representative from the Department of Education. She oversees all diversified education, including OJT. So we just want to go through kind of like a demo of Transeo with her to make sure that anything that the DOE would require from OJT for audits is working in that pathway through Transeo to make sure we're collecting all of the paperwork we need. And hopefully with the DOE's input and their approval, we'll be able to streamline some of these OJT processes for you to make your lives a little easier so that you're not tracking students down in the hallway. And that's what our ultimate goal is to help you become more efficient, to give you some more resources, and to help your students ultimately become members of our community and hopefully successful members of our community. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share so that you can see my screen. All right. Thumbs up. Can everyone see? You should be seeing the district website. Awesome. So there are a couple of different ways that you and your students can get to Transeo. Like I said, Transeo is our work-based learning management portal. So it is all online. It is mobile friendly. It works very well from a phone. There are some really, really cool features, and Brandy and I are still learning and exploring and playing around with this. And like I said, they're making changes as we're doing this. So when we find something that's like maybe working kind of glitchy or not really working, they're very responsive. They get their development team on it and fix it. So it's a really cool app that is all online and mobile friendly for students to be able to use their phones as well. So basically what it is it matches up the students and the employers. So if there is a community member who says that they're interested in hiring students, whether it's for OJT or for internships, or even having students come do a tour, job shadowing, even for community members that want to push into the classroom and do a classroom presentation. So they can go in through their side of the portal and create a profile, and that profile ties to the business. And then within that business, there's also contacts. So if there are multiple people within that one organization that maybe a different person works with a different school, it's still all housed under the one organization, but you can have multiple contacts. And then from those contacts, they create the experiences that they're offering. So when we get into the platform, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. But if that is an internship, they'll be able to put in the description for that internship. And then us from a district standpoint, we approve those businesses and then we reach out to them to verify what their experiences are that they want to offer, and then make sure that we train them to use the correct paperwork, and that they know that they need to come up, if it's an internship, they have to come up with a plan, and they have to say what additional duties they're giving the students every 2 weeks, which is something that we require with our actual internships versus OJT. But OJT paperwork, they still have to have that student training plan. So we do want to make sure that we are training the businesses to fill out those employee evaluation forms the way we need them to be filled out. So we'll reach out to them as well as you as the teachers. And I know that that's something you guys do an amazing job with your business connections and training those businesses to complete the paperwork. So we're just trying to help you. We definitely want you to still keep those connections and assist with any of that training or information. But we will, from a district perspective, make sure that we are at least vetting those businesses, and that, you know, the students are safe. And that's ultimately what we want to do, is make sure that they have safe experiences out in our workplaces. On the student and teacher side of things, we have to put in the teachers. So I think for all of the OJT teachers, I'm going to go ahead and upload all of you. I know 3 of you are going to do this as guinea pigs. I am so thankful for you, Garrett, Stephanie, and Ariana, for offering to pilot this with your students. You are already in the system. I did that yesterday. For the rest of you, Brandy and I will be uploading you into the system over this week. And then if there are additional CTE teachers that are interested in using Transeo in your classroom with your students, which we are highly encouraging this year, reach out to me. You can send myself an email. You can send your TOA that you communicate with. You can send them an email and they'll shoot it over to me, and we'll get you uploaded. Once the teacher is uploaded in the system, then we can get the students on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to navigate to the link. Like I said, there's a couple of easy ways you can get there directly, or you can go from our website, which is probably the way that most businesses and students are going to be able to find us. So you go to district, departments, academic services, and then you're going to go under adult and career education. So it is on our CTE website, and there, career and technical education. And then you can see, all right. You can see right here, it says, are you a business looking to get involved? Create your Transeo work-based learning organization profile here. So if you even want to direct your business partners to this website, they can just click right there and it will pop up for them. This is just to create the organization. So they would still, after the fact, and we always reach out to the organizations anyway and encourage them to go in. But if they do just their organization profile, I'll show you what that looks like. It is literally just entering information about the organization. If they want to do all 3 of the steps, which is the organization, the contacts, and the experiences. So if they already know exactly what they want to offer, then they can click on that second link. It has them list their organization, any contacts within the business, and then creating the experience. So if it's an internship or job shadowing, how many days, hours, and the industry type. And when they put in the industry type, that helps because the students can also, they have an optional space where they can put industries that they are interested in, and that will help filter the opportunities for the students. If they want more information, they would come down to work-based learning experiences. And then right here where it says Transeo Work-Based Learning Management Platform directions. This is kind of an overall 1 page. It explains what it is, what it does. If you're a teacher or student, this tells you how to log in. And then business and community members, it tells them how to log in. So they have a separate link than we do within the district. The reason for that is we have been approved through our IT to use single sign-on with this. So when you actually click on that, it will take you to the Transeo site. You can also just go directly app.gotranseo.com. Will take you here. For your district name, if you just put in Lee County and do a search, and then you click on login. It's very, very user-friendly. It connects directly to our school district single sign-on. You just sign in with what you sign in to your computer every day. So your typical username and password for email to get onto your computer. Same thing. Now, if you have an issue, that could be because we have not registered you from our admin site. We do have a limited number of licenses. I don't think that we'll use them all, but I also don't want to upload every single teacher and then have students not be able to get on towards the end of the year because now we've used teachers that have no interest in doing this. So OJT teachers, I'm going to go ahead and any teachers that are doing internships, I'm going to go ahead and put you all in the system. Any additional CTE teachers, please feel free. You can email myself or your TOA. My email is kellykt@leeschools, and I'll get you set up. So over here is kind of your dashboard and where you would work from. We can work, this is, as of right now, we have just kind of taken on Transeo as what they have kind of as their base model. But if there are things that you think would be easier to see right away on your dashboard, you can kind of just let me know and we can customize some of this stuff as well. Which is the really cool thing about partnering with Transeo is to see how this works. We are the very first district in the state of Florida that they're working with. They do a little bit of their community service platform with Collier County, but we are the first one that's using it in this format with the Transeo jobs and using it for OJT and internships. So they're excited about it and they are hoping that it works well. So it gives them a little more pull too to possibly branch out across the state. So over here on the side, this is something that has just changed this week and it's definitely a lot more user-friendly. School ecosystem, when you click here, this is going to be anyone that would be within your school. So your students, your caseloads are going to be your classes, staff, then journey mapping. So this would be if, as we expand and grow the platform, if we decide that we want to have students, especially this is good for those of you that teach like a classroom component to OJT, if you wanted to build out like a lesson plan to where your students have to do a certain checklist and they have completed those tasks around career planning, taking inventories or writing resumes, as they complete those tasks, they can acquire badges. So there is the opportunity eventually down the road to add in some of those lesson planning things on directly in here, and then the students earn those badges. Like I said, they are also adding on and expanding. So this is something new that they've just added where the students can actually have their pathways and their course sequences already input here. Some districts are able to use that for Perkins reporting. So we're really excited about where this could go and what we could use this for as a district. Let's see, what else do we have? So that's all school ecosystem. Jobs is really what we're going to be focused on. So this is where you're going to see, and I have district admin access. So you're going to see everything in here from my perspective. When you guys go in, it will just be your school-based. As of right now, these are the organizations we have that have already signed up. They come in, they put in their organization, phone number, website. It's pretty simple. It's very quick to go ahead and put in the organization. After the organization, the next step is to put in the contacts within each organization. So as they decide that they want to advertise some sort of experience, Obviously, it needs to be tied to a contact that the students would be able to reach out to. So that's where the businesses need to put in the contacts. We are also going to be using this. Brian's kind of been playing around in here to manage our career advisory boards. So this was something that the superintendent had required. I believe last year was the first year that it was fully implemented, where each of our high schools have to have a career advisory board that advises them based on their career academies. So this is exciting to be able to maybe organize and manage those a little bit better. Excuse me. Experiences are going to be listed in here. So whenever a business has an opportunity available, this is where it will be in experiences, and this is how the students will come in to find what they want to apply to. Again, super easy for the businesses to come in. Everything is very user-friendly. They click on create, it pops up. Anything that has an asterisk has to be filled in. Everything else is optional. And if you find that for whatever purpose of the class that you're teaching, if you think that it would make more sense to make some of these mandatory, we always have the option of going in and editing any of this. They are really willing to work with us. It's not set in stone the way this is. Job descriptions. And then this would be for us. We go in and approve the entities and organizations. And then under management, this is where we can pull up reports, different dashboards, and we can have them customize reports for us. So as you can see, there are a ton of opportunities that we could have with this Transeo platform. Now for the students, so that's how you as a teacher and the students log in, is through that single sign-on the same way. And then for the businesses, they would just click directly on that link to go in and to create their organization, or to create the organization, the contacts, and the different experiences. I think that is it. Does anyone have any questions? I know that was a lot. And like I said, we're still playing around with it to see exactly how it all works. Matt, our trainer, once we go through with Caitlin tomorrow morning from DOE, he has an entire demo as a student kind of planned out as far as how that workflow goes with assigning the different forms and having students fill those out. It does have the capability, once we get to time cards and talking about how to enter time, it does have the capability for geolocation, which is kind of cool, because if a student is supposed to be at a specific place working, I think it's like an easy one button click where they just hit like clock in, and it will automatically know that they are at their location of work, and it clocks them in. It also will not clock them in if they are not at work. So it's just another way to make sure that our students are, definitely clocking in at the right time and showing up to work. Any questions?
So, oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. Those of us who are not piloting this, what will we have access to?
You have complete access to the entire system. I want everyone to have access to it, play around with it. Feel free to encourage your businesses. Fingers crossed, if everything works the way that we're hoping it works, it will eventually be adopted by the district across the board for all OJT classes. We just don't want to start it and push it out with all classes right now in case things go wrong.
Okay.
It's a lot more manageable to pilot it with a smaller group and see what challenges we have to work on and get all of those little bugs fixed and worked out before we push it out to everyone.
Okay, thank you.
But you are more than welcome to, as far as OJT, you'll still follow the same procedure and process as we have in years past. If you would also like to try it on your own, you're welcome to do that.
So I got a few questions for you.
Okay.
So, because I keep thinking of questions as she was even asking a question. You said for our 3 pilot programs, we have a login. Are you going to give us a username and password that we can use for ourselves to log in?
It's a single sign-on. So whenever you click on the link when you click on the app.gotranseo.com, you'll just put in
It's
county, which is Lee County. You'll just follow these directions right here. So you'll put
okay.
district is Lee County, choose login, and then you use your district credentials. And then you can get
Oh,
in.
okay, perfect.
Yep, update your profile.
All right.
And all that.
Okay, good deal. Awesome. Secondly, our OJT students that are in the program will continue to do their paper
Yes, at least for right now. Yeah.
in
Like I
addition
said,
to this?
we have our meeting tomorrow morning with Matt and Caitlin. I'm hoping that Caitlin says it looks good and everything's okay. I just want to make sure that we don't get to a situation at the end of the semester where we haven't kept paper copies and then the DOE says, oh yeah, that's not going to work for auditing purposes. So we're going to run it by her tomorrow morning and see what the issues are. As of right now, I would say keep doing your paper. If she gives us the okay and I get in writing from her that we are able to switch completely to this, then we will. But I want to make sure that we are covered before we make that decision.
Yeah, sure. Will students have to have a job through the businesses that are going to be listing themselves on Transeo, or they'll be able to have a job that they already have that they walk in first day with and be able to document through Transeo?
Yes. Yeah. If it's a situation where even we have to go in and create, like I've created a couple of those profiles for the businesses because they just asked me to do it for them. So we can create the profile for the business. It would be ideal if, I don't know how, if a student would, if we've got, and we can come up with something, we can write up a letter that says, here's a new platform we're using. We know that you've hired this student already and they've been working for you. Can you just go in and create a profile? That's our hope, is that all businesses in the future that are working with us and any businesses that our students are working for create a profile in this so that we have it all in one place.
Okay. Within their profile that the students create, will they be able to design a resume, upload it, do all that? Or is it as simple as My Career Shines, like when they create a resume? Because I really like the way they use that platform for resumes and cover letters.
That's something we can talk about with Matt, because he said there are some capabilities to be able to pull in other websites and use things that are like embed them into the Transeo platform. So if what My Career Shines has is perfect and awesome and that's working well, then I can see if that's even possible to embed that within Transeo.
Okay. Yeah, I can't speak for everybody else, but when we use My Career Shines as a class, a whole class, it's a lot easier for them to go step by step than it is to create off of a empty template or something like that I've used in the past.
Yep.
And then hopefully you won't have to accept every student that creates an account like we did for that other program that we tried last year.
No, that will not be an issue. And if we have, we can do bulk uploads too. So that's an option. I'm going to talk to Juan, our IT guy. And once we have your class list and we know exactly, which students are yours, I think there is the option for us to bulk upload all of your students into the program.
Okay, cool. And we're just picking one of our classes, right? To do this.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to start, is just pick one of your classes.
Okay.
At least for you, Garrett, because I know you have a ton.
Yeah.
Stephanie,
My one class
you
will
have
be
how many?
38 to 42 kids.
Yeah.
In class.
Yeah,
So.
I would stick with one. Stephanie,
Okay.
how many courses of OJT are you going to have this year?
I only have one because I've got 4 classes of television.
Okay, perfect. So your one class, you can do it with all of yours. And then I don't see Ariana on here, so we'll ask her, but I think she usually has a smaller group too. Oh, she's got one. Okay. Yeah, so Garrett, you can just pick one of yours.
Okay, so we'll do a separate training to go through all this with the three of us?
Yes, yep.
Okay,
So
Okay.
we'll get some of our questions answered tomorrow morning and see exactly what that process looks like through the demo. And then I'll be able to show the demo to you guys too.
okay, perfect. I'm gonna try, but we've got, they're letting us come in late because we have our open house tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I get it. No, I mean, if you guys are gonna, especially if you're gonna be staying until 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow night, yeah, take the
Yeah.
morning.
Okay, cool.
You'll be working
Right.
enough next week, right?
Right? I think that's all the questions I have. Sorry to ask so many, but
No, this is, we know that we're gonna have a lot of questions this year.
yeah. Have you thought about, I know you and I are social media friends. Have you thought about putting this link out on social media to our business friends that are on social, that I could share it out so that they could, if they're interested in creating a profile?
Yeah,
We start
Yes.
school.
yep. I
Okay.
wanted to put, I actually just created that direction, the instruction sheet yesterday. So I'm gonna make sure that this is all good from Rita, but once she approves it, then yeah, and we'll be able to push it out. The Greater Fort Myers Chamber has already agreed to do an official kickoff for us. So they're gonna have us come and present at their September luncheon. So
Awesome.
that gives us about a month to get some things ready. But the hope is, yeah, that it's gonna be pushed out through the chambers. Southwest Florida Inc. said that they'll put something in their newsletter. So once we get all the kinks worked out and we talk tomorrow, then it'll be a big push through the chambers. So yeah, feel free to
Awesome.
share it with anyone, put it out there to anyone. That's exactly what we're hoping, is that this is kind of the new central location for any business contacts.
Okay, awesome.
Does anyone else have any questions? Does anyone have any feedback? What do you think about this? Do you think it looks pretty user friendly? Don't like change? That's okay too.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like it's
In
gonna be
theory,
a lot
it
better
sounds
than the
awesome.
program. Yeah, it's gonna be, it seems like they're more ready than
Yes.
that program that we attempted last year.
Yes. Yeah, you know, we wanted to support entrepreneurship and small business and a startup, but with something like this, I think we've learned that it's best to go with a proven company who has been successful in other places with this.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about the DocuSign because, I hear a lot of feedback from you teachers that it's like a rat race running around trying to get this signature and this signature and the employer and the parent. So I'm really excited to see that component of Transeo. Just the way that they have it set up, I'm excited to learn more about it. And I think it'll be a great resource and tool for you all.
Yeah, my only hesitation is the kids saying we're doubling up their work that they're gonna have to do for this one class that we choose, but I'm sure it'll be manageable and easy enough that they won't feel like they're spending time doing extra work.
Yeah, yeah, and whatever we can do to help take some of that extra work off of the students too, even if it's, calling the businesses or contacting them to go in and update their profile, or if they need to add a signature. There's going to be some growing pains, I think, but at the end, if we can get it working the right way, I think it'll save you guys a lot of time.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. This is technically a non-audit year.
It should be. It
Should be.
a
Should be.
non-audit year. Yes.
Okay, okay.
What's that mean?
Our OJT courses get audited every couple of years, and it was down to a pattern, and then we surprisingly got audited last year. So this year should not be our year to get audited, but I can't say.
When they get audited, it's all the folders that we make for the kids and everything. That's what gets audited.
Yep. They will come in, and the DOE will send you a list. Usually, I was told it's supposed to be 14 days. I know this past year, for some of them, it was like 4. But they would send a list, and then you would have to pull out those student files, and then they come in and they look through and check off if things are there, if they're not there. They check the work hours of the student. So all of that stuff that Brandy went over earlier during your OJT training. It's because that's the stuff they come in and look for, you know, making
So
sure.
Brandy, that
already-
list, Brandy, that list you gave us at the beginning, I could just take that and put it on each folder and check it off as I put it in? Because it all needs to be in there?
Yes, there's in the Google Classroom, there's a list of documents that are needed. So so yes, you would want to have all 4 of those, mainly the training agreement, the work plan, the child labor law quiz, and then you would have that at some point in the semester, the employer does have to do an evaluation. So, you know, just satisfactory, they're great here, this needs improvement. But they're gonna look.
Is the evaluation done every quarter?
Yes, you'd want to have them do that every semester. And then the time cards are also in that Google Classroom. So I already have them done out for the year, and I have FTE weeks highlighted, which those weeks are what they check when they come and audit. So I will come out twice a year. So I usually come out a little bit after FTE week, and we'll do an internal audit, and we'll go through your folders together with you and just say, you've got this, you're missing this, you know, just so we can have our I's dotted and our T's crossed. And then you have time to get anything corrected before an actual audit happens. So so it's a great process that we do, and you'll learn a lot from that. And of course, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow too, and just go over a couple of things with you, just to help you get started.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did we already get audited for last year?
You guys were not chosen. We had 3 schools that were, and Fort Myers was not one of them.
Already for last year's, already for last school year? Oh,
But that was not last year's, I'm sorry. That was 1920 that was audited. So we won't find out. It's always like a year later. So
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
21, 22. Oh yeah. If we're on the new schedule, 21.
So this would be an audit year.
might be an audit year. Yeah.
You got this, Garrett.
Oh, listen, I'm not worried about it. I always like to know. I always like to know.
Yeah. I mean, if they're
Don't pick me.
if they're following the every 2 years, but last year was supposed to be, and then they did like 2 in a row. So
Do they always pick the same schools? Because I know I'm Aber at North. It seems like I get picked off every year.
And I never get picked.
Oh, I don't know why they go for me, because I have so many, I guess. So I wasn't on the list last year, are you saying, Kelly?
yes, I don't believe you were not audited last year. It was.
So they
It was
might
South-
turn around and give me this year.
Yeah, it
South
was
Fort
South
Myers, Bonita,
Bonita.
and Oasis.
Oh, okay.
and Lehigh. Yeah. And that was for the 1920. Any other questions, thoughts, feedback? All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. If you need anything, feel free to email, call. That's what Brandy and I are here for. And we'll be in touch throughout the year. Let us know what we can do to help you. And welcome back. We're excited to have another year.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.